what do you want? Would you be pissed if you moved to New York? Do you want to stay in Chicago? All right, everyone, welcome to the Rundown. It is Tuesday, October 22nd. Myself, Rico, Tommy, we have a lot of inter-office drama to get to, but first, we are going to talk to you guys about DraftKings. Does your favorite NBA player have what it takes to be crowned king of the court? Find out at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings is offering $1 million a day in bonus bets for the first 10 days of the NBA season. That's $10 million in bonus bets. Here's how to shoot your shot. Opt in and get a daily NBA profit boost token. Pick a pregame NBA player to Pick a pregame NBA player prop to boost. If that player leads the league that night in points plus rebounds plus assists, you win a share of the $1 million bonus bet. That's a lot of money to be given away.
That. I think there's only 2 games tonight, so it's a great time to get involved tonight. You only have,
Yeah. We got the Celtics, Knicks, right?
Celtics, Knicks, and Lakers, Timberwolves.
Love it.
So whoever is going to lead the league in points, they're only leading in 2 games. So
who do we like out of that?
I think Brunson maybe could go off.
Brunson, yeah. Tatum, LeBron.
Yep.
Tonight's a good night to get involved. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code RUNDOWN. That's code RUNDOWN to win a share of $1 million in bonus bets. If your player is king of the court, only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Check that out. Tonight's the perfect night to start. Huge news, Yankees in the World Series. Tommy, what are we thinking?
Yeah, feel good. Yankees, Dodgers, classic World Series matchup. First game on Friday night. We got a lot of Yankees merch in the store right now. Just put out a Juan Soto shirt honoring that legendary at-bat. I feel good. I trust this Yankees team. The Dodgers are very fucking good. Their offense is very fucking good. Their starting pitching is not. I think it's going to be a slugfest of a series. I think the Yankees have a big edge in starting pitching. I think over a long series, the pitching edge will favor the Yankees. It's also not like the Yankees can't hit. I think
no, they can hit.
Deep lineup, obviously. You got Judge, Soto, Giancarlo, Glaber's hitting really well. Volpe's having really good at-bats. I'm going Yankees in 7. Aaron Judge, World Series MVP, right in Ohtani's fucking face.
I like the Dodgers in 7 because I'm obviously rooting against the Yankees. But it's going to be, I think, to Tommy's point, a lot of overs, a lot of slugfests, a lot of starting pitching going like 3-4 innings.
When's the first game?
Friday.
It also, and this is based in nothing of reality, but it just doesn't feel like the Dodgers year. Like, I feel like when they get all these guys back, Glasnow, Kershaw, Ohtani can pitch again, then they could win maybe the next 4 World Series. But right now, this feels like the Yankees year.
When's the last time they were in the World Series? 15 years ago?
The Yankees? Yeah, 09.
09. And you guys walk around like you're there every year, which is why, like, I'm
I
not even phased.
A lot of
No, you guys do. You absolutely do.
I've never really had the opportunity as an adult to be the cocky Yankees fan.
Yeah.
Because they won in 09, great, but they've won once in 23 years. If they win this World Series, I can be the cocky Yankees fan. And honestly, I want it to be the start of a dynasty. I don't want just 1. I want fucking 3 or 4.
I just feel like as much as I fucking hate, I don't hate them as much as I used to. The Yankees, obviously, like growing up, 04, 07, all that.
I think the 15-year gap from them winning, like, brought it down a little bit.
Oh, totally. But it's like the fans.
I also grew up, though, in grade school with those 4 runs. Like, 96,
right.
I was 9. They run all the way through. And they culminated beating the Mets. That was their last championship, that run. Beating the Mets in the Subway Series. I was the only Met fan in school. Like, sucks.
As obnoxious as they are, Yankees fans in general, they deserve a win more than Dodgers. Like, Dodgers fans aren't real. Like, at least Yankees fans bleed the fucking Yankees. Like, if you're a Yankees fan, you want the Yankees to win. Dodgers fans, I feel like, they don't exist. They're fake.
Dodgers fans are either like West Coast liberal elites in the media who are like,
because the Dodgers started in Brooklyn.
Or they're like the
scumbags
that throw like trash onto the field at like Fernando Tatis.
Do we have any Dodgers fans here? I feel like Kareem would be the only. Why is he such an LA fan? Isn't he from like the Upper East Side?
I don't know where he's
from. I thought he was from Minnesota, but
where is that freak show from? Kareem. He used to walk around with his balls clipped off from when Kevin killed him.
You know who we could bring back?
Who?
Nick Insider.
Ooh.
Barstool LA guy. But yeah, I'm excited. It's weird how like the past 2 weeks or so have just been every night is Yankees, Yankees, Yankees. Now it's I don't even know what to do with myself.
Right.
Until Friday.
You got a hell of a
It's
layoff.
gonna. They don't space it out like an NBA series. It's not gonna be like a week between each game. It's like almost every third day.
They play Friday, Saturday, off Sunday, play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off
That's
Thursday,
baseball.
and then Friday.
That's
Saturday.
baseball, Susan.
They play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, we'll be looking forward to that. Check out the stream. Tommy and the Yankees guys will be on there. Speaking of LA
Might have some more
Queens.
surprise guests coming too.
Who's that? Give us a hint. JJ
All the word
Barstool?
surprise.
Speaking of LA Queens, Britney Spears officially married herself and celebrated by smoking some ciggies in a pink bikini out by the pool.
I thought
That's what we're dealing with.
I thought we were like off of Britney Spears. She was so like we couldn't talk about her. She so it was like sad.
Let me
That's
be
where
the
I'm at
first
with
to say
this.
Britney Spears should. I think she should be back in the conservatorship.
She's not getting taken care of. You're right.
She's not-
something is amiss right
Not
now. with
taking
Britney
care of
Spears.
herself.
Like,
Look at that.
maybe it
Look
doesn't
at
have to be the conservatorship. Britney Spears needs help.
That's blogging 101. What kind of cigarettes are those? Right by her pussy? Those Cools, Pall Malls.
She still bring it? Can I see the zoomed in
Yeah,
photo?
Britney Spears brings it. You know what happened with
brings it?
Britney Spears? Why she acts
Still
like
would.
this? Is because her brain was cracked open from improper medication for so long that now she's just permanently broken. And I love Britney Spears. I'm a huge Britney Spears person. But honestly, if this brings her joy, whatever,
Yeah.
more part to it. They say she's spending like over $1.5 million a month on vacations.
Jesus Christ. That's how what you gotta do though.
So she'll go to the Four
She
Seasons.
looks very hot here.
She'll go to the Four Seasons in Hawaii and
Say
rent
it.
out the presidential suite for like 2 weeks at a time, and she'll bring like all these fucking.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. She's living life. She's doing what she wants. But it does feel like if she continues on this path, it might not end particularly great.
How old is she? I think she's the same age as, I might be wrong, Brandon Walker, Chris Klemmer, Joey Camasta, and Dave, and Britney Spears, I think. Oh, so they're pretty much all the same age.
She's younger.
A little bit younger, a couple
Yeah,
years younger.
42.
God, when you're that famous for that long,
I
your
can't
brain
believe
is
she's
just
only,
broke.
I actually can't believe she's only 42. She's been in the public eye since I was a conscious
Literally
human
a
being.
kid.
She's also been smoking cigs since she was like 12 in Louisiana. You don't see that often. People just posing with a pack of cigarettes.
No, it's frowned upon.
We love Brit. Ravens guy finally arrested. You guys remember this scumbag
Yes.
walking around?
For like no reason, he was going up to people and punching them.
Yeah,
I also think
piece
the
of
people
shit.
who get in fights at games are the like lowest level.
Do we got a straggler? Do we got a straggler? Do we got a straggler? Do we got straggler? Do we got a straggler? Do we got a straggler? Do we got a straggler? I don't lose. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
I worked Jets Giants game Christmas Eve and watched the thing be filled up. Like, you got to be a fucking asshole to get arrested on Christmas Eve.
Anybody
you got to be
who-
an asshole.
Anybody who goes to a sporting event and is
try
like,
and get
my
into a
goal
fight."
here is to fight a person who just happened to grow up in a different part of America and likes that team. Like you belong in.
Dude, I want
Yes.
I want the cameraman to be
They
arrested.
weren't getting seen. Christmas Eve, you weren't getting.
Yeah.
When were you getting seen by the fucking judge?
Do you know, little fun fact,
Whole
you
thing
know
is
this
fucking
guy
nuts.
actually was RDT's roommate up until
Really?
last year. Barstool
Wow.
RDT.
What do you? Are you
We're like,
fucking with me?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I was like, what? This guy had.
Baltimore guys.
He had Baltimore. He has a big long rap sheet of like crazy things he's done. So he's a scumbag. He's only 24 years old, despite looking 50. I guess he had escaped to Florida and was living there until he was finally convinced to put himself in. Like I said earlier, the cameraman who's egging him on
Right.
is
Well,
just
just as bad.
like,
Agreed.
imagine if we were all out getting drinks and one of us got so drunk, we go, I'm gonna go hit this guy, and then one of us was behind the phone going, do it,
Well,
do
I think
it.
that's the culture now. Is everybody? I mean, we live on it. We blog it. We react to the videos and stuff like that. But like, you got to put the phone down and like.
Now, I will say that the good thing about the guy videoing it is we have on camera him being a
Yes.
scumbag and now
Right.
they can go to jail.
What should his punishment be?
Jail.
like how long? I just feel bad for that kid that kid got knocked out cold.
Yeah. I think, like, I'm a big law and order. This guy should be in jail for life.
we go. Law
He
and
is
order.
irredeemable.
Convert to Buddhism.
He is an irredeemable member of society, and he should be not a part of society for the rest of
people who go to games. And this guy did it on the street, but people who go to games to fight are the worst.
He's a big guy too.
He's fucking
Big guy. So hopefully he goes to prison for the rest of his life.
shit.
What else we got?
The games last night, Ravens on the topic, looked great.
Ravens looked really, really good.
Cardinals.
Chargers can't
had
punch it in from the end
Cardinals.
zone. Bunch of field
Cardinals.
goals.
I have it before the season on the DraftKings Sportsbook. DK partner, bet responsibly to make the playoffs. Don't count out these Cardinals.
Okay.
Kyler Murray's still very fucking good.
Yeah, the 49ers are in trouble out there in the West. It's an interesting year. Seattle's not that great. It's an interesting year for all these wild card teams. We only listed 6 teams who we think would win the Super Bowl today on Pick Central.
Who were they?
think
Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Lions, Minnesota, Green Bay.
What about the Texans?
We didn't
Isn't
throw the
Patrick
Texans
Mahomes
on that
having like
list.
the
I
worst
would-
start?
I need
he's
to
ever
see a
had?
little bit more from the
I would
Texans.
say
I need to
there's
see a
5
little bit more from the Texans.
I think the NFC is either going to be the Lions or the Packers.
I need to see a little bit more from the Texans.
I would love to see the Lions do well. That fucking city
Yes.
needs something.
Yeah,
The suburbs of Detroit are beautiful, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
They are.
I have a future on the Packers, so I'd like that. I think those. I
Like
mean,
outskirts.
you can never count out the 49ers, but it does feel like they're going to be too battered.
What'd you
Brock
get?
Purdy's not
What do you?
playing great.
What was your future?
Packers to win the Super Bowl is like plus 1,800, and I have a plus 7,000 Packers Bengals Super Bowl.
Oh, not bad.
Good Lord. How much money did you put on them?
Put 100 to win 7,000.
Not bad.
I don't know what I put on Packers to win the
Not
Super
bad.
Bowl.
Not fucking bad.
Second half of the rundown is brought to you by Proper Wild, deliciously juicy energy shots and gummy bears that deliver the perfect boost whenever you need to wake up and stay fun. No weird ingredients, just good, clean caffeine. Best-selling flavors are peach mango, strawberry kiwi, and blackberry, which I love. We have them out and about. They're fantastic. Gives you 4 to 6 hours of energy. There's no crash, no jitters, and it has 5 times more caffeine than a shot of espresso. Excuse me. So check out Proper Wild. Use code WILD for 30% off at properwild.com. Code WILD at 30% off properwild.com.
All right, so now we're going to talk about what everyone has been talking about on the internet. Ohio's Tate, his fate is now in the New York office. Shout out to the mastermind, Roan. Brief backstory for those of you guys who don't know. Ronan basically reached out to Dave and said, look, Tate's numbers are great when he's in New York. They're not so great when he's in Chicago. Why don't we have him move to New York? Dave said, perfect. I'll raise you one better. We will put this in the fate of the New York office. So now it is up to the New York office to decide whether or not we want Tate, who has created this beef, I guess, with the New York office, to move here, or are we going to keep him out there? So, Tate, I'm going to toss it over to you. I want your initial thoughts, and I don't think we need to go backwards. I don't think we need to talk about where this beef originated. You know, this person said this said this. That's all water under the bridge. The wheels are in motion. You will be moving to either New York or you'll be staying in Chicago. So I just want to hear your initial thoughts.
I want to say also, like, this is the first time we're hearing from Tate. Like, when it came out last night, the immediate about what your thoughts on this are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, the immediate internet reaction was, this is going to ruin his life. This is a punishment.
Yeah.
Donnie kind of took the other side and was like, I don't think it's that bad. We have not heard by now, there's a chance you'll have a blog out, I assume. But this is the first time we're hearing Tate's thoughts. So the immediate thing of, like, this is going to ruin Tate's life, we haven't heard that yet.
Yeah. I mean, my initial reaction after seeing the rundown, I thought it was very funny. Like, I laughed, and it was like kind of reinforcing what I've been saying for the entire week. Like, I went in there and said, like, they need me to make content. And then as soon as I leave, now it's like, we're going to vote to bring Tate back. I get the diabolicalness of it, like, very hat tip to Roan. I am interested to see, like, the vote's going to be funny because in my mind, it's, okay, they hate this guy who I really don't think I did anything that bad when I was there. But do they need him back? So it should be fun. I think the only thing I'm mad at is it seems like we're making it into like a huge production. Have you guys caught wind of that?
Yeah.
Why are you mad at that? And by huge production, Tate, means we're gonna get
Jeff
hold
to
on,
vote.
we're gonna get Jeff D. Lowe here, and we're gonna do this Survivor style, which I think is great. Why would that?
Yeah, no,
you?
I mean, when I said huge production, I mean, like, I'm in here blogging. I just got like a message like, hey, what time can you fly to New York on Monday? And I'm like, well, I was just there 2 seconds ago. So that's where I'm like, I think it's silly that I was there and we could have like played along or whatever. We didn't. Now we're having this big old vote. And part of me feels like this is just a way to once again, like, generate content out of the New York office is let's bring Tate back and let's milk as much out of him as we can.
All right, I agree. Hold on, Tom. I agree with you. This would generate content, which I think is great for everyone. But you still didn't answer What do you want? Would you be pissed if you moved to New York? Do you want to stay in Chicago?
I see both ends of the coin. What's that, Rico?
I wouldn't show my hand if I were you. That's just me.
No, I mean, I'll give you an honest answer. Like in Chicago, it's no secret that Dan's here and Brandon's here and Mark's here and Jerry's here, and just the general, the yak, like the general day to day allows you to be involved in a lot of things. So I do like doing that, but also, there's a special part of me that wants to come out to New York and be the chief of content out there and whip you boys into shape. So I don't know. It could be.
So you're okay coming to New York? Like, don't you? So your family's in the Midwest. You have a girlfriend in the Midwest. You're going to be moving to Manhattan in the middle of the winter. Things are 3,000 times more expensive here. Have you thought of all this?
Well, I talked to Dave today. Dave texted me. It was funny. I got my first ever text message from Dave. And he said that he would cover all the relocation fees. Very generous out of the boss man. And then I simply questioned, obviously there has to be some sort of pay bump for having to work in the same office as Nate. And he agreed that there would be some sort. He said, I wouldn't be financially less off if I do make this move to New York. So Bosco, you know what it's like wanting a little bit of more money. That ain't the worst thing to hear.
That's definitely a good sign. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
What do you got, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm an undecided voter. I mean, I do think if what Tate's saying is correct, that the New York office does need him for content, then we should vote him here.
Tommy, I do not think that that's my official, like the entirety of the New York office.
You did just say that. You did just say that.
That's been your stance for since you got here, that we need you.
I mean, like the crew of the liveliness of the row of desks, like to create content throughout the day. Obviously, there's people that I didn't see in the week that do great things and they work out of the New York office. I'm saying that me being there livens up the day to day. We have the yak here in in Chicago that naturally livens it up. I do think me opening up the playbook in that like row of bloggers that are there would liven it up. I don't think anyone could deny that.
Are you concerned it's going to get old though? Like I know they talked about this on the rundown. So Dan said to you in Chicago, he's like, eventually you're going to have to switch up your playbook because everyone will just fucking hate your guts. And like we play a lot, like peek behind the curtain, we're all playing along a little bit. But are you like, you come here, okay, you do this for a month, haha, we're all having fun. Like then what's the plan for Tate? What's the long-term play for Tate?
I think that's like the mental gymnastics that both sides have to do right now, because like, Dan said it very well in the rundown yesterday. Can you walk in and just be a nuisance every day and milk that cow to make content? No. Like that happened in Chicago. I got it. I got 3 days out of it. And then I've had to do other things. On your guys' side though, if you're going to vote, do we want to, in Dave's words, ruin Tate's life? If we're going to play a grudge game, maybe I am able to come in there and then milk a little bit more out than those 3 days if it's really a ruin your life contest.
I don't think it would be ruining your life to move here.
I don't either. At all.
Yeah, but isn't that weird that that's like the phrase that kept being like mentioned on the rundown yesterday? Dave's like, no, it will ruin his life. And I think Nate and KFC both said after saying that Tate was like ruining people's content lives, that now the vote is, do we want to ruin Tate's life?
I don't think it's going to ruin your life. I think what they meant by ruin your life, and I am going to put words in their mouth, is it's going to be a bit of a shock, I think, to go from somewhere where you're comfortable, at least physically, to move to New York City where things are going to be very different. It might be a little bit of a culture shock. It might be, you're going to have to learn a new way of living. So I think that's what they meant by ruin your life. But what's your biggest concern? Because I think right now the office is completely undecided. I don't know which way I want to vote. I haven't thought about it.
I thought it would be more like a 100% yes. Like I really think it's going to be a yes.
Oh no, we're pretty much undecided. So like I don't know what I want to do. What's best? Listen, a rising tide raises all ships, right? If you can come here and you boost up numbers, that's good for everyone. What's your biggest concern though, if you were to come to New York?
my biggest concern, I guess my concern starting with the vote comes down to like when they talk about everyone is voting. First of all, what is that? Like, to be honest, in my opinion, the people that like you three, I have not ruffled any of your feathers. Pat, I know you had that tweet, but I think you're just also good at stirring the pot. Bosco, Tommy, we just sat on the live stream and I thought we're very cordial and fine for the entire time.
Agreed. That's why I wouldn't have a problem with you being here.
Our first interaction.
Right, that's what I'm saying,
feathers,
Tommy.
though.
Well, Bosco, you started that.
Yeah, I called you a heavy hitter and you went off the fucking handle.
But no, Tommy, I think that's the main point I'm saying is like the Tommies of the world, the Ricos of the world, the Pats of the world, even the Roans of the world, the Frans of the world, the Rias of the world, the Joeys of the world, the people, KFCs of the world. I didn't interact with those people. What's that?
So, but then that brings up like the whole punching down thing, right? So you just listen.
No. That's not. I'm saying
been here for a long time. So are you going to take? Is everyone going to be in Tate's site if he moves to New York? Is this playbook going to be expanded to the whole office, or are we going to stick with the same targets?
No, what I was saying was when it comes down to a vote, those people I just mentioned quite literally could not give a fuck. Like if the people like Tommy's life was not affected at all. I actually had fun. I thought Tommy was hilarious on stream, whatever. My point is, why would Tommy care? It's like those three people that actually might truly be physically bothered by me being in the office.
Who are those people, would you say?
I would assume Nate. I don't think Clemmer. I don't think Clemmer, not in my mind. Obviously Kelly and probably Gia by association. But other than that, it's not like I've gone crazy at people.
What do the people in Chicago think?
I don't know. Not much, honestly. I did the stream last night and there was a lot of questions about it. And then I've been in this rubbing is racing studio working this blog. So I haven't really, Fasoli keeps trying to pop in here and film me. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's what he'll do.
I also add, like, it is true that you have, not gone specifically at us, but when you do trash the New York office as a whole, that does include everybody that works here. That includes chicks in the office and Roan and Francis and us. So when you tweet out the New York office only works 11 to 2, we should they should shut down. That does include everybody.
Yeah, you work for this company, dude. You work for this company. That's what you're forgetting.
I know. I love it. I love everything about this job. So.
What was the answer?
Go ahead, Tommy.
It's going. The volume keeps going down. It's fucking New York office. We didn't hear you. Just repeat what you said. The volume went down.
To what? I said
it is. I'm saying when you do trash New York office, it does include everybody, even if it's not by name.
Yeah, I guess in general, if I'm out here chirping New York, New York, New York, New York, it is a whole, and I think that's where the fight back is coming from. But Tommy, between you and I really think that this last week has gotten so blown out of proportion as to what I was actually doing within those walls. You would think that a monster came in there and was just ruthless. I did the Peeps video, which obviously, shockingly, yeah, no one was in the background. That was a joke. But I did the Peeps video. I did the cowbell after Gaz was like, what would you do to increase blog productivity? Okay, from there, cowbell gets stolen. I get a blog horn. Blog horn gets stolen. I write a CPR blog. Other than that, that's a weird angle. There she is. Other than that, it's not like I was in there. I saw someone on the rundown yesterday. Why don't you motherfuck Chicago? I didn't motherfuck New York. I sat there in the
Hold on. You didn't motherfuck New York. Your entire personality has been motherfucking New York for the past 2 months.
No, I did it for 3 days to get hired, and then I did it the last 3 days in my first return. I don't sit here. I haven't talked about New York in a minute.
You blogged about them 2 days ago.
Yeah, 3 days before and 3 days.
Oh, that's the 3 days. All right, I got it.
It's like prison. Dude,
look,
the day you get in, the day you get out.
Look, like I said,
Bosco, between you and I,
my back. I want to do what's best for the company. I think that's what a lot of people are thinking here. I do think there are some people here who hate your fucking guts, and I also think that you are definitely not taking into account just how different it will be living in New York? Maybe you're just playing, you don't want to show us your hand, which I think is a smart move because you don't want us to sway the vote.
I'm more confused.
Nate, get in here.
No, so I'm more confused now because I didn't want to ruin his life, but now he's saying moving here wouldn't ruin his life. So now I'm like, wait, maybe he should come here then.
Yeah, so are you on the record?
I can't figure it out.
Are you on the record saying that if you get voted to move to New York, it will not ruin your life?
It depends. Would it ruin my career or ruin my life? Like, will it ruin my personal life? No. I just packed up everything and moved to Chicago 6 months ago.
Right. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good, because there were a lot of people saying it would ruin your personal life and that we'd be evil monsters to do it, but you disagree.
Yeah, I don't think it ruins my, like, would I rather be surrounded by the Yak and Dan and Brandon and Mark and these people that, like, allow you to interact and make content in that way? Yes, that'd be fun. Would I have to come there and create that in that blogger rows of seats? Yeah, I would have to do that there. So it's really like, do I come over and like take over content, I guess? I don't know.
So you're going to come here to take over content?
If you guys vote me to do so. It's my understanding is there's going to be like a survivor vote.
Yeah, I think we're going to get stumps and everything.
Oh, damn. All right.
I think you asked who's vote. I believe it's like 20 or I don't know exactly how many content people we have here. 20 or 25 only content.
I think it's going to be like 20.
Only,
21, 23 or 2. I don't
that's
think
a yes.
Yeah. So yes.
Yeah, that's what
I don't
I'm
think
saying.
Like even the people who don't care one way or the other, like I think your fate's cooked.
Do you regret doing everything you did now that you might have to move to New York?
I stand by that, and I think the entire world realizes that I didn't do anything that bad, and you guys have gotten your feathers so ruffled that now it's just like you're just like screaming at like this figure that like said the quiet part out loud. And now
the thing that you don't understand is no one's feathers are ruffled. You just won't shut the fuck up. Like my day-to-day doesn't change. No one's here day-to-day changes. It's just like if someone's just like doing this all the time.
I know.
Yeah,
and this is you creating the beef. And
no, that is a good question. Is this like your content personality, or do you actually despise the people here? Like, where does this originate from? Like, why weren't you just chill and cool last week? Why did everything have to be a thing? What?
I feel like I was chilling cool. I feel like this is like people that are not even in the office are like, he was a fucking asshole. It's like I haven't even met you guys. What was the exact question there, Pat?
I don't think there was a question. I think look, the long and short of it is the office is relatively undecided, so we're going to figure out what's going on. And like I said before, a rising tide raises all ships. So if you can come here and we all make some great content, then I think it's a win for everyone.
I think I want him here now.
I got nothing personal against Tate.
I don't either.
But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, do you guys have any final thoughts?
I want to come to the defense of Nate quickly because last night the Viva La Stool account tweeted out like Nate's not triggered by Tate. Nate's not triggered by Tate. They changed the caption. People were blaming Nate. Gaz today, head of social, put his hand up and said, I changed that. I told my team to change, or I told them I didn't like that caption. So that was not Nate, on the record for Nate.
Tommy, thanks for clearing that up, Tommy, that it's the bosses covering up for Nate. Tommy, why do you think they
But that was not at my, I sent zero text.
That Nate did not
I had nothing to do with it. Zero to do with it.
What do you guys think the reason that the Viva La Stool account was told by the boss to change the tweet from Nate is triggered by Tate?
We can bring Gaz.
Here we go.
Gaz, come explain your job.
Even the way he
I think Bosco.
The dog is the dog.
These two.
I know.
That's kind of why I don't want him here. I don't want.
We're gonna get Gaz in here. Gaz, you just give a tiny bit of backstory on the tweet and what happened, so everyone knows.
I didn't. Tommy's the one who. Tommy's the one who just brought.
I cleared.
Hold on. Let Gaz explain what happened.
You're Nate.
Yeah, first of all, I'm a New York City guy, so I'm always gonna, air it down. I'm just kidding. No, so I saw the tweet go out last night. I thought it was an opinionated tweet from an account that shouldn't be really that biased. It should actually put it down the middle, like calling him triggered, whether he was or not. It should be more like what's happening right now in a sense of like, I sent in the caption. I said, hey, Nate, the dog is off the leash. Like, leave it at that. Let the audience decide whether Nate's triggered, whether he's reacting over the top or not. So I don't want Viva to become an indictment on Chicago or New York. I think it should be an unbiased thing that just brings in news and will cause controversy by design, but it shouldn't be a direct attack necessarily. And I thought that was more of a
yeah. Guys, question for you. I totally understand your reasoning. However, last week when it seemed like Viva account got very opinionated and we had to use the community notes feature to actually correct Viva, why didn't we just use the edit feature then when it was too opinionated anti-Tate?
To answer your question, probably I didn't see it in early enough because there's only a set amount of time. I didn't tell them to edit the tweet. I said if I would do it, I would do it like this. They went in and edited it because it was in within a certain amount of time period. I probably wouldn't have edited it. I was more I have to educate them what we're looking for. So you send it to the group, say, hey, change this. Not change this, but go in there, like, think about this when you do this next time type of thing, like a learning experience.
Yeah, Gaz, I think you and I are going to be on the same page. I'm going to have to be educating and giving them learning experiences as well if I move there. Like we talked about.
This is like a sports press conference.
Yeah.
I think Gaz and I are going to have to, maybe we can do job shadowing with these guys, Gaz, and we can teach them our ways.
Yeah, my opinion doesn't matter. I'm not a content person, so I'd love to have you here.
All right, well, I think that's about it for Tate. Tate, we'll see you in maybe a week or so for the vote. Best of luck, and if you guys don't have anything else, that's the rundown.
That's it.
That's it.
Good luck.
All right, boys.